She's amazing. She's just she's so intelligent about it too. Like, she really that's what's been really fun. It was not what I expected, doing a big superhero movie, but Michelle and Tom, they both really work around through, really dig down onto their characters. It's not just sort of like nothing's boilerplate. And I think in our first rehearsal, Michelle, we were talking about a scene that was like a complicated scene where, we sort of trap Eddie in the room and we get the symbiote out of him. And to me, it was sort of like, wow, this is all like, okay, yeah, I get it. This makes a lot of sense. And she really wanted to really, drill down on it. And I was really impressed that, every single moment was an opportunity to get something, thematic and emotional that speaks to the characters at large over the whole piece. And it's been really fun the last, couple months to do that, with her. And she just really is a great custodian of the character. She's never just sort of passing off a moment just to sort of get through it. Everything, like I said, is an opportunity to really elevate the character and give you more about, what the character's backstory is. He's so kind of impressed by Eddie. I think he thinks he's kind of cool. And then we have this scene in the restaurant where, kind of all hell breaks loose. And I think he wants to help Eddie because he genuinely likes Eddie, but he also wants to help Anne, the woman that he loves, who still, because of their history, kind of, still cares about Eddie. But when he finally sees the alien, I think it's just his whole world is just shattered. He's a doctor, but he's not a mad scientist by any means. I think he's a very practical, down-to-earth guy, and this just, blows his hair straight back when he sees this alien. And it's kind of a sweet moment. I try to play it like he's like a kid seeing Santa Claus. It's just like, but if Santa Claus was really hideous and could rip your throat out at any second. It's been amazing, man. He's like super dedicated to this, and I can't even begin to fathom what it's like to try to put this character together because he's doing something. It's not only emotional. His character's having this seeming nervous breakdown. He's being, for lack of a better term, possessed by this alien who's also moving his body in different ways, and it almost seems like he's on marionette strings. Some of the stuff that he does with his body, and that we were all wearing the earwigs so we could hear the Venom voice that he's hearing, and it's just it's been amazing. I love Ruben because Ruben is just one of the most chilled out directors and people that you're ever going to meet. Nothing ruffles that guy. So, I mean, and there's a lot going on in this. I mean, he's been prepping this movie forever. It's been a long shoot. I mean, I think it's going to be the better part of a year for him when it's all said and done. And he's just got such an even hand. He knows what he wants, but he also is really open to collaboration. Which is, I've been very fortunate that, I've gotten to do a lot of improvisational stuff, and I love keeping things loose. To me, I always love sort of you build the structure of the scene, and then you break it back down again, and then you sort of play with the moving pieces and see what you can put back together. And Ruben's been really open to playing with these scenes. And it's been this nice sort of trickle down because, Tom loves to play. And Michelle loves to experiment. So from the top down, it's just been this wonderful process of just, playing with all these really great toys. What Venom does that maybe some of the other ones don't get quite right is there's this delicious darkness to it. And that's why the fans love Venom in the first place. And none of that is lost. This movie delivers just all that bone cracking, gaping maw awesomeness that is Venom. So I think people are going to be pretty stoked.